I strongly believe 3D models will become the centroid of construction within the next 5 years.
All right, thanks for tuning in to the Puzzle Factory. Today I'm joined with Andy from Yarns with Andy and also the founder of the Strategic Planning Company. How are you, mate?
Wonderful, thanks, mate. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you very much for coming in, mate. We're sort of getting to the point where, people are actually saying yes to being a guest now, which is a massive step in the right direction.
Are you having struggles with that?
No, we're going all right, mate.
Yeah.
We're just baby podcasts, so, it's quite exciting.
You guys are doing great. You guys are doing wonderful. I see your stuff on LinkedIn, and I'm like, it's fucking awesome. I love it.
Too kind,
and I'll tell you what, I'll happily share my pre-production process with you.
I'd love to hear it, mate.
Mate, I have standardized finding a guest.
Yeah.
Where it takes me 15 minutes of my time to actually find a guest.
I'd love to hear that. I should have asked you this off air, but I've got a question for you.
Go on.
Jem.
Jem? Oh, yeah, Jem, yeah.
Is that a real person?
Oh, mate, she's amazing. She's incredible. She runs my life.
I was like, is this a bot?
No.
Like, she was lovely, but I was just like, I don't know. She was just so on point.
Oh, she runs my pre-production. She runs my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jem's my admin in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Jem's like, I often joke about it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I probably can live without my wife, but not without Jem at this point in time.
Let's hope your wife doesn't listen to this.
Let's fuck it. Please don't snip it that into a clip and get me in trouble. But it's insane. Like she would draft a lot of my emails for me.
Yeah.
She would literally make sure that I never have a clash in my calendar.
Yeah.
Runs my pre-production process like it's so processized. It's insane.
Yeah.
Everything's down to a T.
Yeah.
She would book my holidays for me.
How good,
She would order groceries for me if I wanted. She would book my haircuts before I come for a podcast recording. That's all standardized, by the way. It's part of the process. I'm going for a podcast recording. Andy needs a haircut. Yep. Yeah. She knows my barber, whatever.
I could use one then because I need a bit of a trim at the minute myself.
Yeah. So you name it. So everything that Andy doesn't have to do, Andy will not do. Okay. I know weird. I'm talking about myself in third person, but
yeah.
But that's the whole concept, right?
Okay.
Anything I'm not good at, I will not do.
Okay.
That's the idea.
Well, I agree with that completely. Play to your strengths, right? Right. We're obviously going to dig right into that topic that we've opened there. But before we do, can we just get the basics? What's your background?
Let's go. Yeah.
What do you do? What's your story?
Yeah. Okay. So my name's Andy. Andy Alagappan. Andy's not my real name, by the way.
Okay.
Annamalai Alagappan is my real name.
Okay.
I often don't talk about that, so I'm on somebody else's podcast, so there's a good opportunity to talk about it.
Spin it, mate.
Yeah. So my real name is Annamalai Alagappan,
okay.
but everybody calls me Andy.
Yep.
Obviously because they fuck up my first name.
Making it easier for people like me. Yeah.
No, not really. it's the variations I get in my first name. I've been called Animal, Anomaly.
Oh.
I'm like, no, it's Annamalai. It's not animal. It's not anomaly. It's not Anna. Guys, cut it out.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful South Indian traditional name. So
Annamalai.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's my proper first name on my passport. Everywhere else.
Okay.
But I'm Andy. So everybody knows me as Andy, which is cool. So I'm an engineer.
Yep.
Yeah. Technically, I should have been a race engineer in Formula One, specifically for Lewis Hamilton.
Yep.
But thank you to the 2008 GFC, that didn't happen.
So you were doing that at that point? Or?
I was working towards it, yep.
Okay.
So I even had...
Pretty interesting.
I have race experience with... not race. I'm working in races with the FIA in Dubai.
Yeah.
I used to work in the Dubai Autodrome.
Yeah.
I used to work on a go-kart track in Mile End in England.
Yeah.
So I've spent a fair amount of time in racetracks, and I even went down, taking my university down a path of building what you call an FSAE, single-seater, open cockpit, open-wheeled Formula type racing car with a motorcycle.
Precursor to Formula One type thing.
Kinda, but the whole idea is you go to university and you set up a team with your university mates.
Yeah.
And you go find sponsorships and you build a single-seater, open cockpit, open-wheeled racing car with a motorbike engine.
Yeah.
And there's all these specifications that FSAE... I tried to set up the team and I failed. That was my first management lesson in life.
Okay.
Yeah, but then, funny enough, somebody else 4 years later took on my work and actually set it up in the university. It was really cool.
Okay, and then, so you were in Dubai and you're doing this, and then the GFC hit.
No, I graduated.
Okay.
So, the day I graduated... was when the GFC hit.
Awesome. Great timing.
I know, right? 2008, man.
Yeah, time to get a job.
No, the most interesting thing was, see, I originally migrated from India to Dubai
Yeah.
to do my engineering.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm living on mum and dad's money here, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
in
yeah.
Dubai, it's not kind of cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Parents have funded me for 4 years, and it's like kind of time to go on my own and start doing.
Yeah.
What's the fucking GFC? It's like no opportunities.
Yeah.
The automotive industry dead,
Yeah.
dead. So lucky that's when one of the oil and gas companies came in for campus recruitments in our university, which means like they come in and hire talent from universities too.
Yeah.
So I didn't even want the job, mate.
No, I better do something.
Nah, it wasn't even better do something. My mind was like one track, I'm going to motor racing.
Yeah.
But one of my mates just woke me up and said, hey, this company's coming. We should go have a look.
Yeah.
Yep. So went in, did the technical test, written test, whatever. I was like, I have nothing else to do, so I'll do this.
Yeah.
Then they had a group interview. And the group interview, I was like, yep, anybody said anything, I object. I had to have a say, you know
Disruptor.
what I mean? Disruptor. And then they said, oh, we need that guy for a final interview. I went, what? What's going on here?
Yeah.
So I said, why'd you pick me? They said, we don't find analytical and social people combined together.
Yeah.
And we find both of those skill sets in you, and
Yeah.
you'd fit perfectly in our project controls division. My next question was, what's project controls?
Yeah. Yeah. What is it?
What are you talking about? Oh, mate, that's where I got into project controls and planning. And
Yeah.
when somebody, I was thankful, touch wood, somebody identified that was analytical, critical, and I could communicate very early on in my
You
life.
still got to deal with people, right?
Still got to deal with people, still got to deal with numbers, and effectively communicate that. So today I've built a business off it, which I'm touch wood very thankful for.
Yeah.
That's kind of the journey.
When did you come to New Zealand?
I moved to New Zealand 2010.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 2010. I came here to do my master's, my second master's
Yeah.
in AUT. It was more of a party time, to be honest.
Yeah. Go drink some piss in Auckland.
Oh, mate. It wasn't as good as Dubai, I must say, but
Nightlife in Auckland is terrible.
it was different, though. It was different.
It's now.
I really enjoyed the change.
Yeah.
Queen Street was pumping back then. It was incredible.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Set 9 and all that shit going off back then.
there was Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had like heaps of
Danny's.
dirty drum and bass clubs like Fu and Zen and Studio and shit like that.
There was
good.
and Queen Street's dead now compared to what it was before. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah. So I did my second master's in design and AUT.
Yeah.
And then I kind of just fell into. I fell in love with the country. I fell in love with the people.
Yep.
New Zealand's such a beautiful place. I call it home now. My children call it home now.
Yep.
We all call it home. This is home for us. And I got a career in planning. Carried on my planning journey. Decided not to continue my design engineering journey.
Yeah.
Because I was good at planning. Who knew?
Yep.
And then I worked for New Zealand Steel, the steel manufacturing plant. Then I did the UFB broadband rollout. I did that for about 4 years. So I was a project controls manager there at the age of 24.
Yeah. Okay. So you cracked it pretty early in there.
No, mate. Somebody just, this group of people, they just put their trust in me and said, go roll with it, mate. You'll be fine.
And you did all right?
I did pretty well, yeah. The skills that I learned there on that job of data manipulation and understanding of how to communicate data effectively, I carry to date with me.
Yeah, okay.
And from there, I moved on to baggage handling systems where I traveled the world and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I got a job with Fletcher's.
Yeah. Oh, so you worked for Fletcher's?
I worked for Fletcher's for 5 years, yeah.
Ah, okay. What was that like?
Oh, insane. Biggest learning experience.
Yeah.
Insane. So I worked on Auckland International Airport, Phase 3, where they were kind of rebuilding a terminal. The international terminal that currently exists.
Yep.
They were trying to kind of build that while keeping passengers going in and out of it piecemeal.
Keeping it live. Heaps of power changeovers.
I mean, it's insane. You're thinking only about power changeovers.
Yeah.
Think about stakeholder management.
Yeah.
The number of airline offices that you've got to move around just so you can build a 11-meter roof above the existing roof and then relocate people to the built rooms, to then take over rooms, to rebuild that, to reroute services. Mental.
A lot of planning.
A lot of planning. and that kind of, well, it was a great job for learning, right?
Yeah.
It was insane.
Were Fletcher's good to work for?
Oh, and it's really good to work for.
Really good.
Yeah.
Supportive, upskill you.
It's more than upskill me. It was I think the period of time where Fletchers were going through their most difficult period.
Yeah.
You remember the news they announced that they lost $1 billion?
Yeah.
That was that period.
Okay.
So they had multiple jobs that were going south.
Yeah.
And I got an opportunity to work on a lot of those jobs and go and try and recover them.
Try and fix them.
Yep.
So were they trying to bring new blood in at that stage? And
it was a project director back then who I knew from the past, and she said, "Why don't you come on and give it a go?" I said, "Yep, cool."
Yeah, okay.
And it was a whole new world I had to learn. I almost quit on my third day, but thankfully I didn't. I was like, "You guys are fucking psycho."
Yeah.
Like,
The construction industry is wild.
Mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, but from that point in time, I moved on to Commercial Bay.
Yep.
Commercial Bay, I learned
Just another little project.
Little project, Renault. And then I think I got the opportunity to be the divisional planning manager in Fletchers, which means I was looking after planning for all their 5 companies.
Yeah, okay.
Which is Brian Perry Civil, Higgins, Fletcher, South Pacific, Construction,
So
Infrastructure.
that's obviously more of a people management role, right?
Kinda, but then, So I got brought in to bring all the good work that we did in Auckland Airport and Commercial Bay, standardize it and systemize it into the Fletcher way of doing things.
So that
really
analytical mind. Because just from, obviously, I met you maybe, 40 minutes ago?
Oh, yeah.
And I can already tell your brain ticks very analytical, like you say, but you've got this drive to fix things rather than just whinging about them.
Make them efficient.
Yeah.
110%.
Yeah,
data entry is the one thing I cannot do.
Yeah. Oh, totally. There's no need. It's unnecessary, right?
No.
Yeah,
now I just talking to ChatGPT if I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
No,
so that's kind of the journey. And then, in the middle of COVID, I took a brave decision. I guess a funny story how I actually started the company.
Yeah.
I think it was COVID lockdown. We'd been through the first set of lockdowns, the second set of lockdowns, I think. But then Jacinda came on air and said, we're actually releasing a boatload of projects. Mm-hmm. I went, that's interesting. That's opportunity. Yeah. The very next day she came on and said, we're shutting down the borders. I said, is 1 + 1 = 2?
How's that going to work?
Where's the math? Like the math ain't math in here.
Yeah.
I said, well, perfect. I went and handed in my resignation at Fletchers.
Yep.
Everybody said, what if you go through another lockdown? You'd lose revenue. I said, fuck it. You know what? I can sustain with that income for 3 months.
Cares? Yeah.
For 3 months, I'll be okay. Yeah. It's just, I spoke to the missus and I was like, you know what? We could be either really fucking broke.
Yeah.
Or I'll be crazy busy and you lose a husband. And she was going, give it a go.
Yeah.
I've got you back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, okay then, cool. I gave my resignation letter. Where I went, started strategic planning. That's how strategic planning was kind of born.
Okay, cool. Because that was kind of the period where they were fake propping up the economy. Because I talk about this quite a bit, but obviously we're in a shit period right now. Mentally, we've been in a shit period since COVID, but they artificially propped up the industry, so it was weirdly busy. Yeah,
there was a lot of free money in the industry.
Yeah,
that's let's call a spade, right?
Oh, totally.
There was a boatload of free money in the
100%.
industry. Yeah, so you're just handing out millions of dollars for people to sit at home.
Totally.
Yeah, you were just going, right, okay, you're a consultant. Oh, you're hit. Here's $8,000.
Yeah.
You're like, no accountability. You didn't need to pay it back. You don't need to do anything.
They were just firing, weren't they? They were reactive, you know.
And then we're complaining about inflation. I'm like,
I know. It hit a new high today, I read.
Did it?
Like, yep. Because in that period, we were so busy, we never claimed any of the wage subsidies.
I didn't either.
We didn't have time to.
Yeah, I didn't
too
either.
much work on.
I know. Same here. So I started the company, and I had to do a lot of learning, you know what I mean? Like insane amounts of learning very, very quickly. Yeah. So I was the contracts person. Yeah. I was the HR. Yeah. I was the admin. Yeah. I was the work winning guy. I had to answer the phone calls, sit in Teams calls, do the work. Yeah. It was insane. I had to manage the books.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is dividend withholding tax? I'm like, fuck knows. I don't know. Like, I'm going to figure it out. Like,
yeah. I mean, did you have any sort of business knowledge or knowledge of how to run a business, how to set it up, financial literacy, all that sort of stuff?
Mate, I don't know how to calculate my own income tax before I started the company. That's
Nobody
the God's
fucking
honest truth.
does.
Like, why though? Why? Have you ever asked why? Why don't schools actually teach you how to fucking calculate income tax?
I talk about it all the time.
Why? Why don't they?
It did that. I mean, we had,
Is it because, you know, as a country, people, I mean, the government would like more employees than entrepreneurs?
Yeah.
Possibly?
Yep. Worker bees. 100%.
So wrong.
Mate. Yeah. Even, obviously, we look at it through a trade perspective. I find it hard to take that hat off sometimes. But for me, the fact that there's nothing about financial literacy or running a business or sales in the apprenticeship scheme just seems crazy for me.
It's insane.
You're building, you know, people to go down the pit, basically.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Cannon fodder.
Yeah, I mean, like, what would you do if you didn't know you had to put away your GST money and you didn't know that GST money was actually not your money?
Yeah.
You're just holding that money on behalf of the government and return it back to them.
Absolutely.
Like, I didn't know that when I started my business. Like, I was like, oh, okay, that 15% in mine. So
then you find out about that provisional tax thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's once you learn about it, you learn how to manage it, and you know it's just a cash flow thing. You know,
it makes sense. They're doing you a favor by telling you what you owe up front rather than just smacking you with it at the end.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But you got to know about it. You got to understand how that works. You know, all the money you invoice is not yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have a secret formula for that now.
I'm sure you do. I'm learning this.
What's
the formula?
So every time I raise an invoice, it's 40% of it just goes into a separate bank account automatically.
I was exactly the same, mate. We put away 40% of everything.
Yep.
And then, you know, 2.5, 3 years in, if we had a bit left over, we were like, oh, we can dip into that a little bit.
There's party money.
Yeah, exactly.
But 40% just goes into a separate account.
Yep.
And then the tax, I mean, my accountants can deal with that from that point in time. It's not my problem anymore.
Totally.
So advice for anybody out there, if you're starting your own business, every amount you invoice, including the GST, whatever, take 40% of that amount, put it in a fucking separate bank account. Happy days.
Makes me happy that you said that. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, even if you can't, you know, your checking account or your current account may be down to the wire, but as long as you can survive, don't dip into it.
Oh, I was talking to Stanley from the Attention Seekers yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I needed some advice on some business decisions that I was making, and Stan's, you know, full on.
Yeah,
he's pro risk, right?
He's a machine.
He's a fucking pro risk, and I'm like, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'll take calculated risks. I'm not Stan. I won't. I think that guy's mental.
Yeah, he's just like, just do it.
Yeah, fuck, let's go. We'll be fine.
We're changing the whole company today.
Yeah, no. He told me something interesting though. You know, as a business, you know, all you have to do is you just have to survive another day. See how you can. Figure out. He goes, if you make this decision, will you be able to survive another day? Because longevity in business that means you can bounce back at any given point in time. Totally. I went, wow, that makes a whole lot of sense right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll make a lot of sense to people listening, but in
the world can change in a day, right?
Exactly.
So
stay alive. Yeah. Stay alive. Just stay alive. That's all he said.
He's like, Stan reminds me of an adrenaline junkie who gets his hits through business risk.
Oh, yes. No, I think he gets his hits.
Instead of skydiving, you know.
He gets his hits by not being able to sleep, man.
Yeah.
How's a man not be able to sleep?
Could go bust tomorrow. It's going to be a great day.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Funny.
Yeah, nice, the man. Right. What I wanted to dig into with you, Andy, is the state of the construction industry.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Let's go. You know, we've got plenty of time, mate. So
I'm easy.
Let's rip it to pieces.
Cool.
So, firstly, again, electrician's lens on this, and sub-trade lens. It's pretty difficult out there. There's still work to be won, agreed, but guys are having really bad conversion rates on stuff. It's extremely price-driven. You've got a way more high-level view of the construction industry and probably a more
diverse view.
Diverse view, yeah, exactly. What are you seeing right now? Are we at the bottom?
That's is that a loaded question?
No.
Is that just an open question?
It's genuine. Yeah, I'll pass the floor to you.
Pass the floor to me. Yeah, Andy, go dig yourself a grave. Go.
Yeah, come on, let's have it. Let's see if we can both get cancelled on this one.
I know, right? There we go. Right? Let's make absolute fools of ourselves. Right? Nah. Okay. So honestly, though, this government's come in and put the handbrake on a lot of things, and whether it's rightly so or wrongly so, I'm not sure, but probably they needed to cool the economy down after what happened in COVID, which is
recession.
fair, right? Engineered recession, and that's okay. Controlled engineered recession. It is what it is, right? But if you look at the history of the construction industry, it's a boom and a bust cycle. Have you ever asked why though?
No, I haven't.
Why don't we ask why do we go through these cycles in construction where either the client has the upper hand or the main contractor has the upper hand, and it just swings and bounces back over and over again?
Yeah.
And all that happens through those ups and downs is you end up in disputes where either the client wins or the main contractor wins, and that bounces in accordance with that boom and bust cycle.
Yeah.
I do a bit of delay analysis work.
Yep.
So it's quite interesting to see the economy from that lens of who's got the upper hand at what given point in time. It's really interesting.
True.
It's really interesting,
Yeah.
right? Like I get that perspective and I'm like, whoa, this is happening now. So currently the market's dead. There's no money, like you said.
Yeah.
Literally no money in the market. And mate, I'm hustling to stay alive.
Yep.
Like Stan said, I just need to stay alive, right? I'm hustling to stay alive. But what I'm also doing right now, we all understand the construction industry is bad. What I've been focused on doing is using this downtime to innovate, to create. Yeah, that's why I think a lot of businesses go wrong, where they say, oh, they start bitching and moaning about the industry being shit. What goes up has to come down. What goes down has to come up, right?
Yeah.
Right? And that's fine, right? So if you can innovate and be ready for the next boom cycle, you're onto a winner.
Yep.
That's the way I see it.
I absolutely agree, and I've been talking to a lot of our trade group members about this recently. I'm like, if you're the type of guy who, the phone stops ringing and you go, that's all you can say. Oh, nobody's ringing. And you just sat there. You're letting the market determine your future as a company, right?
100%.
What separates the boys from the men are those guys who go, we got to do something different. We've got to get better visibility on our cash flow. We're going to have to put more offers out to the market to fill up our pipeline. You do whatever it takes to make it work, even if it's hard work.
Work at cost, if you have to.
And as you're saying, innovate as well. How can we do this more economically? How can we streamline it? They're the guys, when you go into the boom again, who are just going to kill.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
But coming back to my original point, why do we have to go through a boom and a bust cycle?
I don't know the answer. I've always seen it as essentially in the boom, we get flooded with more people setting up businesses, more tradespeople coming in because it looks very attractive.
Sure.
Then we inundate the market. Maybe, obviously, this is going to be affected by the economy as a whole as well. And then essentially we ended up with an excess of supply for tradespeople, skills, construction, etc.
And then they all leave to Australia.
Yeah, and then it goes the other way. So the more, people are going, oh, it's such a shame all these Kiwis going to Aussie. I'm like, fuck off, and then we can have a boom again.
Oh, yeah. And then every consultant's going to double his invoice amount out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Which exactly happens.
Supply
every
and
demand.
Time. Yeah. So what's your take on the boom bust?
So I reckon we're at the bottom end of the bust cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen the news as well. There's another $10 billion worth of work that's going to be released by the end of this year, whatnot. I don't know how much of that I believe, but until I actually see it.
Sounds like a headline.
So I reckon early next year is when we start booming again. That's my feel of the market.
Quick?
Yeah. Yeah. So I actually anticipated it'll happen by July this month that we're in, but that was early this year. I mean, I'm a very optimistic person. I see the glass half full, right? You need to understand that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's put that in perspective.
So just to clarify, when you say boom, are you saying we're going to go on a steep incline on the market again, or it's going to be gradual?
It's going to be a steep incline on the market, mate. So I'll tell you why. I do a lot of research and I talk to quite a few people.
Yeah. Well, you tell me
factually.
why, and then I'll give you some bro science that I've not backed on any fact, and we'll see where we.
Oh shit, this is interesting. I'm going all factual, and you're like non-factual. I love this. This is great. There you go. So, Watercare have released their entire capex expenditure plan for the next 10 years.
Yep.
They plan to build at a rate of $1 billion a year or something like that, give or take. Ridiculous amounts of capex budget for the next 10 years. Huge.
I've actually already seen some tenders for some of that.
For Watercare? Yeah. So then you look at the Northern Corridor, which is going to come up, which is a $40 billion job, which is going to attract the likes of your, huge construction companies from overseas coming in.
Yeah.
Right. And that's going to occupy quite a lot of resources.
Sorry to interrupt. What is the next stage in the Northern Corridor?
I'm not 100% sure. I think
we did a load of the last stage, which obviously went up to Warkworth and stuff.
Oh, yeah. There's the Puhoi to Warkworth.
Yeah.
And then I think the next stage is Warkworth to Whangarei.
Ah, okay. I didn't even know that was happening.
Oh, mate, that's huge. That's $40 billion worth of work.
Yeah. Which will end up being 60 billion.
Oh, probably 80. You never know. Mate, welcome to New Zealand. Whatever your budget is, you just double it.
Yeah, totally.
And double the time, right? But I think that project's been set up to enable the Warkworth, the Whangarei ports to have safer roads to transport goods.
Yep.
And build a proper road network to, which is great vision. Like I love that.
Needs to happen.
Yeah. But you're cutting through the Brindovans, so
yeah,
best of luck with that.
That'll be easy.
No problem. Just cutting through the Brindovans, mate.
That's where the extra 20 bills going to come from.
How many streams have you got to cut through? What the fuck is? We'll figure it out.
Yeah. And then we'll get a few slips again and back to the beginning.
Yeah. So that's two major pieces of work. Then you look at all the data centers that are taken off, right? Okay. Yeah. I mean, you got to look at the whole spectrum of work that you've got, right? You got your water network, which desperately needs an upgrade, which has been worked on. You've got the roading network. There's work happening there. Then there's Mill Road as well. Mill Road will kick off pretty soon.
Yeah.
And then you've got all the data centers, and then you've got all your secondary other projects. I don't know if I missed any major ones, but you got all your other secondary projects that'll all kick off. If these consume about a majority of your resources, now everybody else is your secondary projects that are all starting to come up because interest rates go down, right? Interest rates are going down. OCR is kind of stable, but for now, but the interest rates go down, your private developers would go, right, time to start building again.
Yeah, and obviously the big projects are pushing more money back into the economy, right?
100%. Okay, so then your cash starts flowing again.
Okay.
So here's my logical reasoning for why I think it is next year, beginning of February, I'd say, because New Zealand, we're all on holiday till the end of January, right?
Yeah.
So you give it till February, March next year, and I think we're on a steep incline from that particular point in time.
Okay. And you think the jobs will actually be kicking off, or they'll just be tendering?
They'll be kicking off.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you see where the stages of all of these works are. Oh, plus there's CRL should open by then.
What's CRL?
City Rail Link.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So if City Rail Link opens, then there's all the peripheral work that needs to happen to enable CRL to be effective.
Yeah.
So that project kicks off, which is, I think, called the Auckland Level Crossing.
Yeah.
So there's another boatload of work. Like, all of these little projects will all kick off, and they're going to go kick off massive in January, February. That's an estimation.
Yeah.
Don't hold me to it. If it doesn't happen, disclaimer.
Hey, you're the program guy.
I'm the program. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Just fucking throw my entire profession under the bus.
No, like...
Hey, if this is wrong, out there, people, you'll still hire me because I'm a fucking good planner. He set me up. Not my problem.
I'm a sparky, mate. Any chance I get to have a dig at a program, I'm all about it.
Set me up.
Joking aside, though, I totally agree with what you're saying.
One other reason.
Yep.
One more fact. I'm just going to bring in there one more fact.
Yep.
The elections are in September next year.
Yeah.
Something's got to happen.
Yeah. If one way or the other.
One way or the other, if the government wants to get re-elected. The current government wants to get re-elected. Something's got to happen. So I guarantee there will be some movement.
Incentives.
Something's got to happen, right? So there you go. You put all of that together.
Yeah.
And that's my logical reasoning for why.
Okay.
Sorry, back to you.
I'd like to counter lightly. So I absolutely agree with the projects. One very important thing that you said is when times get tough, a lot of the tier 1 companies go into tier 2, etc. That'll reverse with these bigger projects being released, which means more work at the bottom essentially for, the smaller guys. My real disagreement is the timeline of it.
Oh, yeah, go on then. Yep.
Yeah, I just think these projects will take way longer to actually filter through.
Okay.
To breaking ground and actually cracking on and the money being paid out and the progress claims being paid. And I had one other as well, but I've gone blank. Progress claims, money going out. God damn it.
What's your estimated timeline?
I don't think we'll see a really decent recovery of the construction industry until 28.
Whoa. 28, you reckon?
Yeah.
Holy shit, mate.
think-
what am I? Am I living like in a completely optimistic world then?
I think there's two sides to it. Obviously, I'm naturally again looking at it from that subcontractor view because it's just the world I bloody live in. Whereas you're looking at it from when they pull the gun and say go.
Yeah.
I'm going, when is that money going to get paid out to the main contractors, the subcontractors? You know what I mean? I think it's just a slightly different perspective on it.
Yeah, interesting.
So when the everyday guys who are
3 years from now.
2.5, yeah.
Fuck,
I think so.
that's a long time.
I just think it's going to take ages.
Mate, that's a long time for me to just survive. You know what I mean? Like, the only hope I've got right now, I'm just like, fuck, jobs are coming, mate. Jobs are coming. We're prepping. Let's go. Oh, I know you told me not to hit the table.
Who cares, mate? I think it will take that long for the money to flow,
2028. We can agree to disagree.
We'll keep in touch, and we'll keep, maybe, we'll do another episode, either on yours or on mine, when we're back on the good times, and we'll see when it is, and then one of us can sit there and just get destroyed.
So if I win, you buy the beers.
I'll buy the beers, mate. I'll sit there
on
in
the podcast, right?
While you abuse me.
Actually, no. Let's get a bottle of vodka.
Yeah.
Really nice vodka.
Yeah.
And if I lose, what do you want?
Nice bottle of red wine.
Fuck.
Nice bottle. I don't drink spirits, really.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. Nice bottle of red wine, mate. We can bring our choice of alcohol. So if there's vodka on the table, people, I won.
Yeah.
If there's red wine on the table, he's won.
All right, deal.
Yeah, deal. Shake on that.
Nah, it is crystal ball gazing, right, to some extent. So I'll say, but interesting to hear the perspectives on both sides. So yeah, but you do think we're on the bottom at the minute?
I reckon we're tapering off down the bottom as far as we go.
Yeah.
The economy can't sustain any further if we carry on this way.
No, it's...
How many more people are we ready to lose to Australia?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the brain drain's a serious issue, right?
Yeah.
And there's like every construction project that I go on to, I've seen at least 3 people from that side leave Australia.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't blame them.
You've got to look at it as well, like, not being a wanker or anything, but like, I don't think you're struggling to, buy groceries.
No.
Luckily, I'm not, you know what I mean? There are a lot of people out there who are going through that, like, in real time, and it's a real problem.
It is. 100%.
And you go, right, we move across the ditch. It's essentially problem solved financially. Sure, there's other issues and challenges, but from a financial perspective, it is problem solved, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you look at Australia, they are in a growth period, right?
Yeah.
With Brizzy having the Olympics upcoming,
yeah,
they have a boatload of construction work going on there.
Yeah.
Your Western Australia's looking out for resources. They're paying people to get there.
Yeah, totally.
Like, paying tradespeople to just move over.
Yeah.
So it's like when you look at those incentives, you're going, yeah, I can make a bit more money there, and houses are more affordable.
Yeah,
living is a bit more affordable. Petrol prices aren't insane like New Zealand. I could be wrong there, but
I don't know about petrol. But yeah, it's definitely more affordable over there. And the wage gap's massive. Like, real life stories.
I actually have a problem there. The wage gaps aren't massive, actually.
Okay.
Maybe you're getting paid more in... I've actually worked this out. I've worked the numbers out.
They make you work 70 hours a week.
No. It's not even that.
Yeah, you've opened my eyes there. I didn't realize the tax rate was higher.
People don't realize that.
What bracket's that in, though? What's the threshold for 40%?
I'm not sure, mate. I'm sure you can Google it and find out.
Be the top bracket.
It is.
Right?
Exactly the same for us. It's the top bracket that's 39%.
Yeah.
It's 40% there. I mean, it's only 1% more, but then it's the whole 10%. So you're like, when you look at it, your net effective tax rate may be about 35%.
Yeah.
And you lose another 10% on top to your
that 10% is pretty choppy on the super for sure.
But it sets you up for your retirement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Kiwi, I'm big proponent for KiwiSaver. We don't have anything like that really in the UK, and I think it's a great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. Shout out John Bell.
But I do like to be in control of my retirement funds. So
yeah, but you can manage your own, right?
My own KiwiSaver.
Yeah, I'm sure you can manage your own KiwiSaver with certain providers now.
Oh, yeah, okay. I haven't really
pick
looked
the
into it. I've just gone, I'll manage my own investments.
Do you use KiwiSaver?
Not since I became a consultant. See, that's another thing of starting your own company. Nobody told me about.
Yeah.
That I actually have to put my own money into the KiwiSaver now.
You do your own employer contribution.
Exactly. Yeah, and we've forgotten a few years. And I've spoken to Miss. I'm like, I spoke to Miss and I said, why haven't we put money into KiwiSaver? You know,
Remind me after this if you do want to look at KiwiSaver. I've got the guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, John Bell from Cody Wealth.
Oh,
Absolute
interesting.
legend, and he's not affiliated with any provider.
Oh, interesting. So. I've just moved all my KiwiSaver funds that I had into the Sharesies S&P 500.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not letting any other bank in New Zealand manage my KiwiSaver. I'm just like moving it to Sharesies S&P 500.
I've
no
got,
brainer.
Yeah, I've got a little bit in shares as well. And then I saw the headline about Bitcoin hitting like 200 grand last week or whatever.
Ah, yeah, New Zealand 200.
Like, I'm sure I've got some somewhere. Like fuck.
Bitcoin? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure I've got some. So, it took me about 3 hours searching through all my old email accounts and and then I found the key. And it's bugger all. I literally put $100 in there in maybe 2021.
Oh, yeah.
With $600.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to change my life, but I was like, okay, that's fair enough.
It's $500.
I've started chucking some in there every week as well now. Bit of dollar cost averaging.
DCA is the best way to go.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, funny. I've actually started DCAing for my kids who are like, they both have Sharesies accounts.
Yep.
I dollar cost average back into the S&P 500 for them.
Yeah.
Every week now at $50 a week. It's not much, but it'll accumulate to pay their university fees if they want to go off to America to study or whatnot.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And the evidence says if you're going to have it in there for longer than 10 years, it's a pretty goddamn safe bet.
Yep. So your returns are what on average of about 15% a year.
Yeah.
No bank will give you those averages.
You're not going to get a savings account, an ISA.
Yeah.
That's going to do that for you. Right, we're going off a bit of a tangent there, which is...
And this is all not investment advice, people listening.
Yeah. We're not financial advisors.
We're not. This is not a disclaimer.
I mean, some people may mistake you for a financial advisor. I don't think I have to worry.
Is it because I look like this?
Well, you look like you work in a bank.
Mate, I should
like
have
a plonker.
I should come in my Ferrari shirt and my Ferrari hat.
Yeah. I'm in finance. 100%. So we were kind of segue nicely into this next bit, which is, so we spoke about the state of the construction market as far as where it's at.
We agreed to disagree, and we have a bet on, which is cool.
Yeah, so that's interesting. At least we didn't just go, yeah. The next bit is, and I think we agree on this from briefly talking earlier, the construction industry in New Zealand, to me, is broken. the way it operates, the way everything's done, and I'll say it again, I've probably got a way less visibility on this than you do, but it just seems like the whole industry from the developer, main contractor end, all the way down to a one-man band subby are dealing with smoke and mirrors bullshit, almost like underworld type tactics to win work, make money. How do we fix it?
Let me start off by saying I 100% wholeheartedly agree with what you just said.
Yeah.
Our industry is massively broken.
Yeah. It's confusing because it's full of shit.
It is. Yep, yeah, it is. But funny, I see that as opportunity, even though there's problems there.
Yeah.
It's opportunity from my perspective.
Yeah.
But is it broken? Fuck yes, it's broken.
Yeah.
It's massively broken. Right from, you start from the client all the way to the project management company, how they interact with the design firms, how design goes all the way through to the consenting process, how long consenting takes, how much consenting costs, the RMA process, the resource consents, the building consents, right down to actually starting work on site, to then getting a main contractor engaged, all the way to subcontracting that work, all the way downstream, mate, and right down to the sub-trades. Yep. That's the entire fucking life cycle of construction I just explained. Back to the council for CCC approvals, and then back for beneficial use for the public or for a person to use the asset. But
100%. So
it's mental. It's mental.
Just before I forget, coming back to what you've just said, where you see opportunity. So again, I'm not going to base this on any fact. This is just personal experience and what I think I know. I think the fact that the construction industry is broken, excuse me, it's basically the Wild West, right? And that leaves gaps for people to make money, smart people, which is where you're seeing opportunity. However, I also think there's a lot of incongruous people within the industry who are really trying to keep it that way because that's how they make their money, because it's not necessarily above board.
Okay. You asked me a very important question that I didn't answer. How do we fix this?
Yeah.
It's being fixed as we're talking right now.
Okay.
It's very simple. It's called digitalization.
Yep.
It's the future.
So there's nowhere to hide.
Well, is there? You could pull up ChatGPT and ask it any question, and you get answers in seconds now.
Yeah.
Right? The revolution's already started, right? It's happening, whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not. It's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we start indexing information, see, here's where I see the big problem is, right? Where the disagreements happen, where people get into arguments, disputes. Okay. It's real simple. The way I see it, it's really, really simple. It's information management.
Yep.
Okay. It's about what you are communicating, the forms of contract in place, how your costing structure is set up, how your program is established, how all of that is, the data has been set up. Is that project, like I could walk into a job and tell you if it's been set up to succeed or to fail.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine.
It's insane. Like I just go look at how they structured their project.
Yeah.
I'd probably tell you, yep, these guys are gonna succeed.
Because from your perspective, obviously, you'll be able to look at a program and you'll be go, that's been written to appease the client project manager or da-da-da, and that is absolute rubbish. Like, it's not going to happen, yeah?
I've done that for 15 years of my life.
Yeah.
Pick up any program and tell you in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, who's made this one up?
But here's the problem, right? So, okay. So let's just work the scenario through.
Yep.
You mean, let's just work this through. So you get a set of designs. Yep. Okay. From the designer, and you get that in 2D.
Yep.
What happens to that information?
You try and read it and put quantities to it.
Ah, interesting. What do you do with you then look at the drawings, you bean count it.
Yeah, so you do a takeoff.
And then you translate
assign materials and labor to that.
Where does that information sit now?
In what respect?
In an Excel spreadsheet now, doesn't it?
You just I suppose at a construction level or in a quoting software, yeah.
Whatever,
totally,
right?
Totally.
So the key bit of what, even if it's in a coding software, the key bit of what you've done there, the problem is you've disconnected the design from your estimating information.
It's two static pieces of information, not a dynamic combined piece.
So when your design gets up-revved, do your estimates get up-revved automatically with the changes?
No, and this is why NTTs, variations...
That's a huge problem, number one. I know I've broken that down very simplistically, but I think that's really important to understand where the problems originate from.
Architects need to realize that a red cloud is not going to cut it anymore.
Okay. Now let's go interesting, right? Now let's add another element to it. Okay? Now let's add the time element to it. Yeah. That's where all the disputes happen, and that's where I get to sit on the construction dispute resolution board as an expert witness. Right? Okay. Now, the design gets up-revved. Your estimates don't get up-revved.
Yep.
What about the time allowance and the quantum of labor you require to discharge that particular scope of work? How do you understand what that is?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So there's one silo, next silo, I've described another silo, right? I could describe another 4 different silos for you that are created from that one design.
Yeah.
Okay? And you're telling me this industry is broken. Here, I'm helping you understand why it's broken.
Yep.
It's real simple. It's not the people. It's not like people wake up in the morning and say, fuck, I want to go do a shit job on site. Nobody ever says that.
That'd be pretty inspirational if they did.
Well, hey, everybody wants to go out there and actually do a good job. So if you're being set up to fail, you are fucking going to fail, aren't you?
Yeah.
If you have an environment that set you up to fail, you're still going to try and do your best, and you're going to fail, right?
Yeah.
Why is the environment being set up in such a way that you will eventually end up failing? Because they don't know any better.
So we're just ingrained in it. This is what I'm saying. I think we're really honing in on the tender process here a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Because it's so true. Like, when you get a set of 10, obviously you learn to read them, you learn the tricks, you learn to use Control F and find what you need to find, right? But like,
Or you chuck it in a chat GPT. and
yeah,
ask.
totally. You know, what's the square meterage of tiles in the bathroom? What are they? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. However, let's just go pre-AI just for a second.
I think I know where you're going with
when
this.
you're learning, when somebody sends you a set of tender documents, and again, I'm talking like quoting the electrical mechanical package, maybe. You're like, have they tried to make this as confusing as possible? So you'll have information about the same thing. It will be on several different pages in the spec, on tiny little notes on the plans, on different plans, different architecturals, right? It's like the giving you a fucking treasure hunt or an Easter egg hunt.
So whose fault is that? Is that the designer's fault or is that the project management company's fault?
Well, I would say...
Or is it the client's fault?
I would say the designer.
Why? But then the project management company is actually paid to actually manage the designer. Shouldn't he then be accountable for actually transmitting usable documents to you to court?
Yeah, but I would think that the designer... does the designer put together those documents?
Yes.
So they should put them together in a way that should be able to be...
But then that's validated and the procurement process is actually being managed by a project management company or by a QS and a construction company, which then flows down to you. So who's actually accountable in that?
So you're telling me there's
event?
too many bloody cooks in the kitchen,
Okay,
right?
like-
And how many of them are doing nothing?
Wait, hang on. How many of them are working from the same source of information? How do you know that drawing is not being up-prepped? How do you know that is actually the current information? How do you know when you get the drawings that is the correct drawing
Because
set?
if you're tendering a job, you have to sit there 24/7 just refreshing the page and checking the NTTs.
But how do you know? You don't. So when you put your fixed price in, how do you know you've actually based your fixed price on the final revision of those documents that's locked in place? Because you've disconnected that information from the design already.
Yeah.
How do you know?
It's not a living document. I totally agree.
Yeah.
So, but this is where the inclusion-exclusion game becomes a massive part of the tender process. Because one of the first things you do is you go, quoted this project, supplied by this architect or designer, dated this day, this revision.
Yeah, that's a stupid game you play, isn't it?
It's the only
let's be
way.
honest. It's okay. So this just comes back to the whole EOT process, then, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
So how do EOTs work in New Zealand, right? Okay. So say a variations cost you $1,000. Okay. It's plain and simple. You know the game. I know the game. You put in a claim for $2,000 and then you cut that 50-50 and you take $1,000.
Everybody knows that variations cost way more than a normal project. We have a name for it. It's the variation game.
It's a variation game.
That's how you quote a job at 2% and still make money on it.
It's literally bid at cost and rape and pillage the contract with variations.
But we can throw shit at the industry all day. But
I know.
Joking aside, you are right. It's the way that we treat that information, isn't
100%.
it? And it's got to be a living document that coincides. So just you're doing something
Trying.
in this vein at the minute, aren't you? Obviously, you gave me a little glimpse of it. I won't say too much. Because
You can say whatever. That's right. I mean, whatever I've shown you is publicly available. So there's no secrecy.
This subject that we're talking about, that blew my mind. That's the most powerful thing I've seen towards getting somewhere.
I appreciate that, man.
Because the other thing is
2.5 years and a lot of vodka to get to that point.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I can imagine, mate. Yeah. It's pretty intense. So one of the biggest things, and mine's a lot, like way further back steps-wise than what you've reached there, just bill of materials. So I know in a lot of countries, when you quote like a commercial job or whatever, you actually get a bill of materials. This is exactly what's going in. And you just assign your labour allowance to it, any other costs.
Plant labour material.
Here, you can put in what you want. You can crash the spec, So there's no way to compare apples for apples.
Agreed.
And then the poor QSs, well, you won't hear that out of me very much, but...
You just said poor QSs.
Yeah, poor QSs. They've got it coming in all different formats. There's no way to separate the pricing in a uniform way. So BOM is written here because a set bill of materials, which essentially... what you're developing is going to provide, right?
It's indexing information.
Yep.
And that is going to be the future. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
I strongly believe 3D models will become the centroid of construction within the next 5 years.
Are they used at all at the minute? Because the only time I've really seen 3D models is just renders.
Yeah. So 3D models are created for a few different purposes, right? So for the last 15 years, we've created 3D models to, one, show the client what the building's going to look like. Cool?
Yeah.
You can use SketchUp to do that. Useless information. Like if I get a SketchUp model, I'll probably just throw it in the bin and carry on. Because all it is a pretty picture. Yep. Need a proper Revit model. The projects that actually do have Revit models, the biggest use case they've been using it for is to understand clash detection, which now the industry's turned into a really, really convoluted process. Yep. Like, oh, whose pipe goes where? Fuck, mate, look up the ceiling and fucking figure it out. Like, it's not that difficult, right? Yeah. But what we haven't done is we haven't taken that 3D model, which is information rich. It's insanely information rich. But what do you do with that information? How do you then standardize that information, index that information to be available for multiple different purposes? Whether it's costing, whether it's planning, quality control, health and safety information like record login, whatever it may be, right? It becomes such a powerful tool, and everybody is working off the same model. The same set of design information, right? Okay. Some of the biggest challenges are people come around and tell me, "Oh, Andy, how do you know the 3D model is right?" I'm like, "Fuck, I don't, mate. Like, how do you know your fucking 2D design's right?"
Totally. You don't. Totally. We're back to the designer or the project manager or whoever again.
Well, so you have a process
error
to fucking manage the entire process. So do that. If it's wrong, what do you do? If your 2D design's wrong, what do you do? You raise an RFI. So raise an RFI. Even better, head over to the designer's office, sit down with them and talk to him. Rather than starting a fucking paper wall. That's another solution. There you go.
Honestly, the day I got to log out of like Procore and stuff, I was like, thank fuck. I never want to see it again. It's the worst.
Paper wall, mate. Paper wall.
Because if you don't mind, the way, like in layman's terms, what I mean, it looks like you're very much there, pretty much.
Oh, we have a long way to go,
But from basics, and you're using a live model.
No, a version of the model.
Okay, a live version.
Let's not call it a live model. It's the most updated model at that particular point in time.
So essentially, you're doing a full takeoff on that model. You can split that information into different sections. You can search things. It'll even highlight what you're looking at on that model.
So the biggest part of what we're doing is we take a 3D model, all right, and we standardize the information and we index the information. I know I keep saying index the information, standardize the information. Like, I don't think people actually appreciate the importance of that. And you have to go down the journey that I've gone down to actually understand.
And it's the language so that you can actually search something with or identify something with a set word, essentially, right?
So you talk to any project management company around the world, right? They'll tell you there's 5 things they care about. It's who does what, where, when, and how much of it. I have these words written on my whiteboard as my guiding principle, my guiding light. Whether if I go down a rabbit hole, I've got to pull myself back up and I go, this is all I'm trying to achieve. Who does what, where, when, and how much of it. As a project management company, you don't give a fuck about anything else apart from these 5 things. Even as a main contractor. Because a main contractor doesn't actually build anything.
No.
Okay? He subcontracts everything else. So what is really important to him? It's really important to know who's doing what, where, when, and how much. It's simple. It's not complex. At any given point in time of the project lifecycle. It's not hard, right?
Nope. Well, it shouldn't be, but it
Welcome
comes
to
down to
construction.
this indexing and organizing and accessibility of information.
So all we're doing with the 3D model is we've figured out a way to use machine learning to asset classify it, which is the what. What are you putting into the building? Okay. Get a location breakdown, understand exactly where you're installing it, and how much. You can ascertain all of that information from a 3D model. The beauty is we figured out how to do it within a day. Less than.
That's insane. So essentially, let's say everything's all sorted, that 3D model goes in, you're going to get a full bill of materials.
We get that in one day, 24 hours later.
This is what I mean. So your whole takeoff's done for a building.
It doesn't matter, airplane, building, whatever, mate.
Every trade.
Railway station, airport.
Whatever it is. Underground cables you were showing me before. Right. So
if it is modeled, we count it. That's the disclaimer.
Okay, that's done. Then obviously it's then up to you, whatever system you use to assign labor to all that, to get a price rather than a schedule of quantities.
We can integrate that information into any costing software that a company uses. Simple.
Yeah. And then you were saying, I believe you were saying, we keep going back to this notice to tenderers variation notification type thing. Would that update your quantities automatically if you reloaded in the new revision of the model?
Yeah, that's the module we've just we've literally we've got a proof of concept as of last week. This is hot off the press.
It sounds pretty good, mate.
So you get an updated model.
Yeah.
1 day later, we'll tell you what's changed, where the changes occurred, and how much the changes occurred. We can't tell you how long it's going to take, as in the time. Not yet. But these are modules we're working on, right? Like this is like really exciting.
How long it's going to? Because we know a bit about that. Because we essentially. Our software Catapult, we have what's called kit sets. So let's make it real simple. PowerPoint, right? We'll have on average, depending on what style of project it is, i.e. resi, commercial, how big, you need a flush box. You're going to need this many meters of cable. You're going to need a portion of an MCE, portion of an RCD, etc., and the PowerPoint, right? And then we build it through that. So you could essentially... a software like yours would give us our bill of materials, so we know exactly how many units of what we're putting in. We assign that kit set, job done, there's your price.
That's it.
And then you just set in margins.
It's technically not a software yet. I'll just make that correction.
Yeah.
It's not a software yet. I don't even know if it'll be a software, what it'll end up being. It's currently a service because we've gotten multiple human-in-the-loop checks to assess validity of information, which we can't automate yet. I say yet because this is a journey we're going through, right?
So you've built a tool, but you're still going to have to use it, or your people.
Yeah. The team will still have human-in-the-loop checks. We're very particular about this because quality of information is really, really important to us. Because one small mistake of one uni class wrong assignment of asset classification has quantum implications downstream. Like
I've missed stuff before, mate.
Yeah. It's got huge implications. Yeah. So that's why we're very particular about human-in-the-loop checks at multiple different points of the process. And that's why it's a service still.
Okay.
We haven't turned it into a software to issue it to and say, oh, here, come, load your 3D model and this gives you this. Nah, not yet. If people could do that, I'm sure there's other companies that would have done it, right?
Yeah.
I think the only reason we are in the position we are today is because of the pain I've gone through on every single project that I worked on. This is not born out of some crazy fucking idea that I came up with all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's come through pain on projects.
Yeah.
Being late
the
consistently.
Need to make it better. Yeah.
There's no option here. It's like there's only one way to go.
Yeah.
But this is insane. This helps us so much. Already we're seeing benefits.
I'm going to take a stab in the dark here as well and just guess that when you were going through this pain and you were like, we need something, the first thing you would have done would gone and researched what's out there that does this.
Did a lot of that.
Nada? Nothing?
There are companies that are doing something similar. Like there's a company in the US called Alice Technology.
Yeah.
And they're doing something different, but they haven't really fixed the whole project lifecycle. See, I'm passionate about the whole project lifecycle from start to finish.
Stage of it. Yeah.
I'm not okay. This is another use case that I haven't actually spoken about yet to you off camera or on camera. But I let's work through this, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I give you a simple example and let's see if you can relate to it. Say client wants to build a building. Mm-hmm. Cool. What does he do? Right? He goes and says, oh, cool, I'm going to hire an architect. I'm going to hire a structural engineer. Cool. Right? Then he goes, right, now I've got my designs, right? Hire a project management company to go out to market and let's get some main contractors bidding for this information.
Yep.
Okay. Do you know what you said earlier? You said the QSs struggle to reconcile information.
Yep.
So now there's one set of drawings that's gone out to 5 different main contractors on a tender portal, on TenderLink or Gets or whatever you call it. It's just gone out through one of those portals. And now people just download those documents, 2D drawings. So company 1 creates their own cost breakdown structure, work breakdown structure, develop their own methodology. Company 2, 3, 4, 5, all independent bits of information, which is still related to the design in a way, sort of form, but you can't reconcile one to the other. Yep. So now the project management company is advising the client. They both have a very important decision to make. Who are they going to pick to build the building and why?
Yep.
Yeah. The why I'll tell you 9 out of 10, these project management companies can't answer, I reckon. I don't know. I'm making that assumption, by the way.
That looks about right.
That looks about right. Oh, no, the price is right.
Yeah. Yeah.
The price is where we want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the sole factor. Like, the price is what determines who gets the job. 9 times out of 10, it's the price, right? He's the cheapest.
Yeah,
Okay?
absolutely.
But here, the problem is they haven't been able to reconcile 5 bits of information all the way through. So I keep coming back to information, data, right?
Yeah.
They haven't been able to, right? If they could reconcile. So imagine you had indexed information up front. And indexed information is BOQ went out to these 5 different companies, as opposed to having these construction companies do their own takeoffs. But allowed
Exactly.
Thank you.
This is what I mean by this. So bill of materials gets sent out as part of the design. So everyone is quoting the same thing, or schedule of quantities, that would... I mean, I've even heard in other countries of them sending out, this is how many hours of labour you're going to quote for it. And then it just comes down to your labour rate and your margin.
And if you go over that, you have a valid
You're
claim for...
eat it. Yeah. Unless there's changes, variations, blah, 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 blah. But I think we do... Obviously, it's going to take some of that opportunity out for some people to wangle money out the industry. But I think we need regulating more.
100%.
Personally, not for bureaucracy or red tape, but to make it a legitimate industry.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, right? Okay, so one of the biggest projects in New Zealand, CRL, started out being $1 billion project, and today it's a $5.5 billion project.
Yeah.
How? How does that happen?
I was listening to your episode from last week on the way in this morning.
What did I say?
And,
Did I say something stupid?
No, you had a project manager consultant on.
Oh,
I can't
yeah,
remember his
Daniel
name.
Ross. Yeah.
And he said that on average, the average amount that a project runs over in New Zealand is 30%. A construction project.
Probably easily more than that.
Like that's how
I'll give
can
you
that
another
be the
interesting-
standard for an industry? Like,
I'll give you another interesting stat. You spoke about Proco and whatnot.
Yeah.
So on any commercial project, the rate of change or the rate of RFIs being raised is 1 RFI a working day on a project.
Yeah.
I can prove that with statistics.
That does not surprise me at all.
Yep. So the paper war we were talking about. So then you're wondering, because that's the starting point for your variations in your claims, right?
Yeah.
You're going to raise an RFI. The RFI turns into a CI. The CI then turns into a notice of delay. The NOD turns into an EOT. Right? There's a whole process that goes.
It's
all starts in RFI.
admin heavy, right?
1 a day.
Yeah.
One
that's
every
wild.
working day is a standard. That's like, that's normal.
I know.
So, I don't know how that's fucking normal, but
it's mate. I used to send like we're not in the project management side here, but tender side. I'd put a quote in for a tender package, and then I'd look like 2 days later. So I'd get it in on time. It's closed, and then there'd be like 3 new NTTs or a new revision of the plans out. Like
so if I ever started my own construction company, you know what I do? Like my first project, if I'm building it, right? The designer has to be on site at all fucking points in time of us building the job.
Yeah.
You're not sitting in a fucking office. You're coming onto site.
Yeah.
No RFIs being raised. You have a problem. Walk over to the designer, resolve your problem, and move on with life.
How are you envisaging this bit being done?
What
Right,
is the
let's
design
do it.
intent?
Yeah.
Do we need to go to the council for a minor variation?
Yeah.
Let's work together to fucking sort that out. He's sitting in the fucking office. Like, I'll have the entire team sitting in the office in the same location, working it out, as opposed to starting a paper war, mate. Like, I'm just so over a paper war. It's ridiculous.
It's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time.
You know who does that really well? Shane Burley from Simplicity 11.
I've heard you talk about this guy, but I don't know much about
Oh,
him.
you should reach out to him. He'll be a great guest.
Yeah. Get him on here for a yarn.
Oh, mate, 100%. I see what you did there. You said yarn.
I'm advertising for you, mate.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Right, well, I think we've thrown enough shit at the bloody industry today. But no, really interesting points. And as we say, like, there's so many good people in the industry, and it's a great industry to work in. There's just a lot. It needs fixing. It's stuck in its ways, and it needs updating, much like a lot of other things. So you seem to be doing your part.
Trying.
It looks really exciting.
Yeah.
Keep us updated on that, because I'd
100%,
love
mate.
to see where it
but,
goes, mate.
But it's not a bad industry to work in, right? It's exciting.
It's
It's fun. It's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
It's fun. Like,
It
I
is.
want to make that point. Like, I know, yes, we have our problems. Yes, there's a lot of like, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like I wake up in the morning and I go, oh, right, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm ready for
It is. It's
that's
great,
what it
and
is.
you meet really interesting people. You
Yeah.
you know you still get that job satisfaction out of construction where you're actually building cool stuff. You know what I mean? It's just the
tangible shit.
Yeah, it's just the process to get there, right?
Yeah,
No.
we'll get there.
Where do people find you and get hold of you?
I've been told that I'm all over LinkedIn all the time.
Yep. Okay.
Strategicplanning.co.nz. No, strategicplanning.nz. That's the website. So I can't even get my website right. So that's a problem. Or you kind of just YouTube Yarns with Andy. I'm on Spotify, TikTok, Google Podcast. I don't know. I'm apparently everywhere.
Yeah.
Just Yarns with Andy is the podcast.
Yeah.
Have a listen in. We have some interesting guests.
Yeah, it's great, mate. Obviously, I've been listening to it quite a bit with you coming on. It's really enjoyable, so definitely give it a listen.
Yeah, yes, please. And mate, thank you so much for having me. Like, this has been a really interesting chat and a fun chat.
Really, it's amazing how you can get, sit down with somebody in front of a camera who you've never met before and have really good conversations.
I know, it's crazy.
Blows me away.
I know, man. I've done that 80 times now. I'm just like, whoa, this is crazy.
It's awesome,
And
mate.
It's awesome. It's amazing.
Yeah. That cool as well. Get in touch if you've got any questions for Andy. Just leave us a comment or whatever, and we'll get them out to you and get some responses and whatnot.
Easy.
Other than that, stay safe out
hang on.
there.
If you want to give me shit, you can, but I'll probably ignore it.
Get in touch with Jem.
Jem will respond to you nicely. Andy won't.
100%. Oh well, we'll wrap it up there, mate. Thank you very much for coming on. Stay safe out there and keep puzzling.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.